Tell me why.
Oh, so got that clipped, bro.
Yeah.
Cool. Craig is in. Craig is co-host. Sheldon, I'm adding you to the spotlight, bro.
For me? Sure. My first time, guys. Wish me luck.
Cool. Here come all the students.
Wind Moon.
Yo, yo, yo. Everyone coming in. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's happening, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Nice to see a little bounce right now. We obviously got some work to do. But well done if you stayed with your conviction and you're like, whoa, if this line doesn't break, I don't change my thesis. And that's the big thing, guys. Remember, you're learning everything through school. You're learning the basics. Now it's time to be in the field. This is why these sessions are powerful. They're absolutely amazing because you get to see the action happen in front. And one thing you'll notice quite a bit within my shows and within the live sessions is the staying calmness. That's the big thing. You want to make money in this industry, you stay calm. You don't make stupid, rash decisions. You don't jump straight onto your emotions. What's happening, guys? I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. Thank you so much for asking. A little bit of body burnout last week. Mind in another place, though. I don't think it's ever been this strong for a while. Usually when I hit these burnouts, I question life. And I'm like, should I be doing this? Should I be that? And for the first time in a very long time, I'm very happy and grateful for where I am. So body burnout, I push my body a bit too hard. I now figured out that I'm an athlete, and I think all of you guys that are becoming day traders think like an athlete. It means you have to live like an athlete. So now I'm getting people that are going to control my food and diets every day, personal trainer within the gym, someone advanced to talk to. So not a normal psychiatrist talk about personal problems. I do have that, but someone that understands a very fast-paced game, that deals with stars within the thing and guys that are high performance. And I just got to learn to express and to do these things. So a lot of personal learning from me, but I'm good, guys. Thank you for all the love, all the support. And remember, we're here for you guys every single day. This is what it's all about. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, guys. I'm 26. I'm still learning life experience, but this is why I have Craig next to me. I have Jason, I have Dill. I have a lot of the mods here, a lot of experience over here, and together we make the best team on the damn planet. So what's happening, guys? Young and strong. Conor McGregor, yes, I do want to meet him one day. I do like him. I think his mentality is on another level. So let's have a look, guys. We're getting to critical stage within Bitcoin. And you can see it is starting to fight a little bit over here, which is this main level. Now, I think the big question we're asking ourselves, is this a correction wave or is this a new high wave? And I just spoke about it in the show. So not to jump too much on it, but I'll quickly recap. We're basically looking to reclaim. We literally hit the 618 perfect right now as it speaks. And this is where I'm probably thinking a little bit of fight for the bears, the guys that want us to go to 25K. This is the areas they're trying to short. And what does this mean? Now, I spoke about gaps. I spoke about the gap yesterday and the acceleration gaps. You can see over here, I have another gap. And the gap is basically between this zone over here and the highs. And the reason why I'm saying there's a gap is, I don't know what it is about Fibonacci and the numbers, but it always gives you an accurate area of a golden zone. Now, a golden zone to short, a golden zone to long. But what it's basically indicating is giving us a view of a major area. Now, a lot of people will try short here. And the reason why they'll try short here, firstly, 618. Secondly, horizontal. And thirdly, shorter time frame RSI is getting to the top. Okay, so they're going to try a hold here. If they do short, okay, I want to show you something over here. Let's zoom in slightly. And let's go take the original trend. Now, remember, the way you want to get trend lines and the way you want to track these things, because whenever the market's going down, you always have a trend line. Always, always, always. Market goes down over here, you have a trend line. You catch the break. That's ideally what you want to be doing all the time whenever we have these major trend lines. Previous run, you had a trend line, okay? And ultimately, we break there, we start the acceleration. So you're always looking for these two lower highs to indicate that. And it's the same thing yet again. Here we go with Bitcoin. We had that little push up, that strong bounce over here previously, but what we ended up doing was creating a high. Okay, so the third reason on why people are going to try short in these areas over here is this is the resistance. There's the trend right over there. And it's giving us the same indication where we have this horizontal, we have the 618, and we have a trend line, all pointing to this major area over here. Okay, now what we have started to notice, and I saw the dominance started to have a slight turn on smaller timeframes to the downside, is I think there's still going to be a little bit more of an alt catch up. So maybe Bitcoin slows down slightly here. Altcoins start to rally up a bit, unless Bitcoin smashes through here. Smashes through here, you're going to still have love within Bitcoin. But this is a critical zone for us now to understand this sort of level over here. So what I do expect at the moment is if dominance decides to be on the strong side, I think Bitcoin's going to attempt it. It's definitely going to attempt to try break out these major areas. And what you basically want to see, and what I really want to see, is actually go this up here, hover for hopefully a day or so, and then crack. And the reason why we want that is it's a great risk to reward. It gives us a low. It's very hard to enter right now on short-term trades. I'm talking about Bitcoin. We'll talk about altcoins in a second, but it's very hard for me to enter Bitcoin trade now because where do I put my stop loss? All the way there. But that's a huge stop loss because I don't have a low. I don't have these sort of areas. But if I can have Bitcoin pop here, a little bit of rejection and then break, fantastic. There's the low. There's the area to put the stops as we go. And the way it looks like dominance is if we decide to hover, small rejection here and hover in this area, I'm expecting this dominance to come down a bit. We can, over here, you can see I've been drawing this lower high sort of area and basically a bit of an altcoin catch up if that happens. Now, if Bitcoin breaks that trend and smashes through, I think the 29,500 is the key area, the daily closeouts. If that happens, I do expect the dominance to keep going up because it means Bitcoin's now going to attempt the new high. And remember, the reason why we're tracking this is we just want to see a very basic thing. Is this a correction wave? As I spoke about in the show, is this a correction? Because if we reject here properly, we can go to the 25K. We can, and we need to be aware of that. And that's why I'm waiting for the altcoin catch up to get to those similar levels, and we need to prepare on that. And then you got to ask yourself the very basic question. How good are my entries? If Bitcoin goes to 25K, how good is my dot entry? That means dot goes down another 10, 15%. Is my entry still better than that? Amazing. Hold your long-term position. If it's not, and you're quite a high up, you need a better entry. End of the day, you're fighting your ass off to get an entry for the bull market. That's what you're doing. We did not get a total 3 breakout. Should we not care about the stochastic RSI? Please be more specific because the daily just left the floor. The daily stochastic RSI just left the floor. So be more specific, please, on what you're talking about the stochastic, because as far as I see, if I look over here and I go to Bitcoin on the daily, it only just lifted. It's not even out of the box yet. So daily, this is bullish. This is bullish on the daily. So yes, 4 hour. I'll speak about that in a sec. That's why I'm saying expect a little bit of fight here. I was on the 12 hour. Let me just remove some of these lines. Amazing. So let's go through the smaller time frames, but we're getting to the major area and your 4 hours probably high and your 1 hour is probably high too. Let's jump in here. 4 hour at the top. Amazing. So this is what I'm trying to say, guys. What we want to see over here, let's get back into this trend, is you want to see, okay, cool, 4 hours high, starts to crack, starts to come down. Amazing. RSI comes down. There we go. To the floor. RSI turns up. We break the trend. Boom. There's my stop loss. We're bullish. Bitcoin's going for the new high. So that's why I'm saying expect fight over here and expect the market to slightly slow down. Unless something crazy happens and Bitcoin just breaks through, which I won't be surprised because the daily is at the bottom. So you need to remember what it's trying to say. Read the RSIs now and paint the picture. What it's basically saying is we get into a critical level, expect Bitcoin to slow down. Altcoins, we'll see if they speed up and catch up, but it's saying for the next 12 hours, maybe we hover in this range between 28.5 to the 29.3, we hover. We need a short-term cool down, okay? But what it's basically saying is on high time frame, we fueled up. So if we have the small cool down and we hold a specific level, and by the time that short-term RSIs get to the floor and we break out, the daily is fueled up and ready to go. So on the higher time frame, we fueled up. On the shorter time frame, it's saying, let it cool down, prepare. And if we break out, make sure you're in your trades because we're not going to be pulling back. Fuel the jets. Exactly. So very important. Now let's have the next chart. The next chart is this one over here. Okay. 4 hour at the top. I'm expecting something like this. Okay. Now the next chart is the weekly because the weekly just started turning to the downside. So let me get a clean chart. Let's see if I can get a clean chart and let's clear this over here. Okay, so you have the daily at the floor. Now you have the weekly crossing and at the moment on its way down. Now, what the market does do sometimes is it does trail like this. But what it's basically indicating is if the daily breaks out, this will turn at the end of the week. If we have a green one over here, it will turn and it will go back up. But there's a lifespan. You see over here, there's a lifespan, meaning that yes, daily we can push up, but basically saying that if that does happen, we still have another 3-4 weeks of bullishness. Okay. And then we can still have the big correction. So it basically gives you an indication that yes, on the daily, we can attempt the highs yet again. But again, you need to stay focused with them because in the next 3 to 4 weeks, that may be the push. Now, let's say, for example, let's play out a scenario. Bitcoin goes to 40K. This week, next week, it goes to 40K. This goes up here. Amazing. What is it telling you? The daily told you to make sure you get the last buys in before the market accelerates. Now the market does accelerate. It gives you exactly what you want. We have a 42 to 50K Bitcoin. You still at an oversold. It's telling you to offload at these areas. We're still going to have a big correction. That correction can come back to 30. We can hold it and then we can continue and then go to the new highs. We'll be in by the time this comes back down to the bottom and it basically pushes. So what we're basically getting from this is we want to know, is this weekly going to come down now and keep coming down? If so, Bitcoin's going to reject that 29.5 and we're going to go attempt the 25K, which means for the next 2 to 3 weeks, get used to a slight downtrend. Okay, get used to that. Amazing. Second scenario, we break the 29.5 to the upside, meaning we have another 2 to 3 weeks of bullishness. After that, expect that we can go through a few weeks of the downness. So it's just giving a little bit of indication that yes, all the triggers are going through now. It's time to be bullish again. It's time to make sure you're in, but know that in 3 to 4 weeks, you're ready to start offloading and start taking profits. And that's how you're always going to use the stochastic RSIs. Or, like I said, what happens is we end up having, let's clear up here. Or what happens is we end up rejecting now and coming down to the 25K. This comes all the way down to the bottom over here. We decide to turn, we hold the MA, we hold the trend line, all of the stuff, we hold it. And then what it's saying is expect the next 6 to 8 weeks bullishness. Now you're holding for a longer period. So the question is, are we going to hit the higher areas now? And if so, it's going to be a short-lived. So a 2, 3, 4 weeks, maybe the sell in May or something like that becomes a big thing. So it happens right away, very fast, there's things like that. Or the market cools down for the next week or two, and then we go on a 6-week rally. So it cools down during May, and then June, July is absolutely bullish. So you got to be ready and prepared for either one. And that's why you zoomed in right now, and you're busy focusing on where we're at when it comes to actual Bitcoin and these levels. So expect price to cool down a little bit today. Okay. At the moment, it may wake up at any point, but until we're above that 29,500, expect price to cool down. 4-hour RSI is at the top, which means you basically prepped. It means you prepped that all the altcoins that broke the trends, the 4-hour trends, are probably going to retest. Okay. If Bitcoin holds the levels, it holds 28,400, it holds these zones, a way higher high, and that 4-hour comes down and it looks fueled to break this trend, you're definitely buying the retest within the altcoins. Because let's go through 2 or 3 of the altcoins actually and get a little bit of idea here. They've hardly done anything, guys. They've hardly done anything when it comes to the daily. Okay, but if I zoom in, remember what I said. I see the altcoins catching up to where Bitcoin's testing. That's the 618. So this whole big red wave we've just made on altcoins, you take your Fibonacci from the top to here and make an idea of where it's going to get. And for now, that's the only thing that's in your brain, that if I'm longing to this area. I'm not thinking above that until we're above the trends. So that's the range. You look at the percentages of what that basically means, 12% for your short-term trades. Amazing. Now what you do is you zoom in. And you say, okay, cool. So what happened over here? We basically had a breakout. We take the trend over here. There's the breakout trend. We actually retested already. So it looks filled up. That's why I think the altcoins are going to move or catch up at any point. But ultimately, if Bitcoin does start to reject pretty hard from this trend, this is where I want to buy my altcoins over here. What it will do on the slightly smaller time frame is this will come back to the zone. It will form a trend. And as we break that trend, you are in and your stop loss is there. Bitcoin breaks that main daily, you've just caught a big fish, you hold on tight. If Bitcoin breaks the high, you're holding this entry for possibly 2 to 3 weeks. You're making huge gains on it and you are out. You're even out of your longer time, higher time frame portfolios. So the coins that I'm focusing on, not Near anymore. Near's been giving a bit of issues. I love DOT. I did take a trade on DOT. I've taken TPs on that. The tournament and the competition starts tomorrow, so I'm prepped for that one. Solana for me is the one to enter on the pullback. That's the one trade that I'm focusing on, which is this area over here. The chart's quite a mess, but when I'm ready and it's in the zone, I want Solana for the push, because if I look at where's the 618 for Solana, so if I take this little push over here and I take it to the bottom, there's it over there. Now again, what are all the areas over there? Usual tools from school. You have that over there, you have a horizontal, and you have the 618. If I get the buy over here on the retest and I get the trade, it's an 11% trade for me. And remember, I'm not even thinking bullish yet. That's the amazing thing. I'm trading it. Why? Because I taught you guys when it comes to school and comes to these sort of things, pay attention to what part of the market we're in. Right now, until we're above 618, we're in a downtrend. So if we don't get past 618, that's where I'm taking profits. And then I'm prepping for longer shorts. And that's what I'm speaking about Bitcoin. Think about it. That's the 31,000. This was the low we just made at 26,800. Now we're at 29,500. If we don't get through here, we're in a downtrend. And expect that just as big as this leg was over here, expect this to be the exact same. So it's just giving an indication on when do I hold my fish for longer and when I hold them for short. And until this is reversed and we're no longer in a downtrend, you're taking profits at the 618. Where are you taking them? Golden zone. Golden zone, horizontal resistance, RSI overbought. You see why I say create these step-for-step methods. Now you have a little bit of an understanding that until we're above 618 and golden zone, we're still in a downtrend, which means you're not going to be afraid to take TPs. Now, let me explain to you why this is important and why this is really good. Because never be ever be afraid to take, just get out of this. Never be afraid to take profits at resistance, ever. Why? Because think about it like this. If you let's say you caught this trade over here, you know what, let me actually, I'll cry tomorrow because I'm clearing the chart, but I'll redo it in the morning, I suppose. Okay, but let's say this, for example, now. Now you have this line over here. You have a horizontal over there, and you have the 618 from bottom to top. You got 3 areas. If it hits that area, you take profits. Now I'm talking about even the altcoins. The altcoins are still here. They're still going to go there. Okay, so if you get entries on those breakouts and retest, you're going to ride it up. Now, everything over here is giving you 3 to 4 indicators. You'll probably even have a RSI at the top, which is already there. So you have a horizontal, 618, trend line, and RSI. All of that's 4 indications. It's telling you to take profits in this area over here. Okay. Now, remember, altcoins are not there yet. So I'm showing you if your altcoin does this is the example. Okay. Now you take profits. Worst thing that happens, boom. Okay. You out. Amazing. Second thing that happens, fantastic. You get straight back into your long at the exact same place you got out. The difference this time is you're getting into your long on a oversold RSI. So for example, if we jump in here, RSI will continue up as the market pumps. It will come down. It will get ready and it will turn up. Okay, cool. So you got out over there, comes down, you get straight back in where you got out. It breaks trends to the upside. You have an oversold RSI. Now what do you have? You basically have the indications. Now remember, you want a long. You want to look at the very basic of your steps. You want a horizontal, you want an overbought RSI, you want a trend line, all these sort of things. You break trend, you go to the horizontal and an oversold RSI, you're in the market. So never be afraid to take profits. You can always get back in exactly where you got out. And that's the beautiful thing when it comes to that. So the tokens that I'm focusing on is Solana on the pullback. So if I clean up this chart, because I still want, so let's put it into view again. I take Solana, I take where's 618. Amazing. Fantastic. Let's see where this breaker trend is. Amazing. Cool. Okay. And then I take the next thing. We don't have the high yet. I want to see where the high is, but let's take the next thing of the retest. This one over here. Cool. There we go. Cool. Amazing. So if I enter this now, risk to reward tool, it comes back in my zone. Where's my stop loss? Under the previous low, 2%. Where is my target? 618. Okay. Let's match up. There's a horizontal over there. Fantastic. What's my risk to reward? 1 to 4. It's worth taking the actual trade. But I'm not thinking anywhere above this area over here. This will be my short-term TP. Worst scenario that happens is this ends up smashing through, comes back, retest. You will understand that you'll be taking, I know this is quick, guys, but we'll get more, but you'll understand that this will come to a 618. You'll buy on the retest, buy on an oversold RSI, and basically move. So all that I want you guys to do now is find the coins that have broken trend that are going to come back to the retest. You're going to be buying the coin. You're going to be putting a stop loss under the previous low. Okay. You're then going to dictate what your leverage is going to be. If it's anywhere, so if you buy over here and your stop loss is there, that's 2%, which means you're not doing any more than a 3 to 5x. No more. Because that's where you're risking. Maybe you can add later. If it breaks through here, you can make it bigger. Stop worrying about building massive positions in the beginning. It's about getting your feet in the game and starting off and getting an entry. So you're going to work out your leverage. Okay. If this decides to go slightly lower, decides to go over here and then bounces, amazing. If you buy there and you look at your stop, now you only got a 1%. Okay, cool. You can go 7x on this one. Okay. It's all about your entry and your positioning when it comes to those. Once you're in, you want to see a higher high, breaks through, it gets the new high. Amazing. You move your stop loss up to the entry level and you draw this support trend line. And you have your indication on where you want price to be getting. If it goes up and it decides to break the trend, you're out. Yes, it didn't go exactly to your target. Amazing. But you took your profits when we started to lose momentum. And that's where you get it. So you want to find the coins that are breaking trend, that are retesting. Your risk to reward is good. And you're going to take your 618. From the top to the bottom is where you're going to draw your Fibonacci. From the top to the bottom, 618. And that's going to be your TPs for the trade. This is a perfect time to practice making money in a downtrend. May turn bully, we'll see. For now, it's a downtrend. So learn how to make money quickly in a downtrend by taking profit at the 618, at the reversal, the golden zone. Even go, to be honest, set it lower. So 618 is where you're going to probably reject, and you don't want it to miss by a few cents. So set it a little bit lower even. And that's the big thing. I'm battling with stop losses. Go to higher time frames. Slow down. Stop using 15 minutes, hour. Go to a 4 hour and redo it under the low. Slow down. Slow down. If you're battling with stop losses, go higher time frames. Higher time frames. Get the stop loss right. Stop learning on the short time frames. Get that stuff right. And that's it for now, guys. So for me, it's Solana. And let's see if there's any other ones. AVAX. Definitely AVAX. So let's see here quickly. Cool. AVAX, amazing. So AVAX broke this horizontal. So let's put this in over here. Fantastic. AVAX broke the horizontal. So this is the support area over here. Okay, this one's not exactly what we're looking for. Okay, here we go. It looks like they've tested. I hope they don't explode just yet. But here you can see the trend over here. So this is how it would work with the Phantom. So Phantom would probably be one of the next ones. Solana and Phantom. We retest there. Same thing. Take your 618 from the top to the bottom. Do you see how beautiful the 618 is? Look how it always has a horizontal. It's amazing. It gives you these sort of indications and these sort of things. So those for now, I'll be giving these charts to Jackie. Guys, the way it's going to work with these is we're going to start making them structured sessions. When the markets are absolutely ripping, which they are today, but we need to make sure Bitcoin's really bullish, we can drive these these 1 hour, 2 hour trading sessions. But the way it's going to work now is slightly to a bit of a schedule and routine. So I'm here to give you my thoughts. We have a bunch of other mods. Dill will start explaining as well, where they're going to start sharing their tokens, get some different views and these sort of things, and keep them short and sweet for now. And when the days that it's worth being on for a few hours, we'll definitely do that. Dill, who's next, brother? Much love, guys. I'm back in action. I'm just taking
I'm here.
Bite sizes, guys. I'm doing a bit and taking some time. Doing a bit and taking some time. You're here, bro.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, so guys, just what Sheldon was saying, we want to bring a cool structure to this so that when you're logging on, you're getting something from us, whether it's an entry right now that you can take, or it's a setup we're looking at for later, whether it's long or short. But we want you to come into this window 45 minutes and know that you're going to leave with something. So every time we want to present maybe 4 to 6 setups. So today we've got Fefe, Max, and I think we got Chris coming with the setup. So Fefe, you guys ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, you can go, Chris. You can go, Chris. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks, guys.
1 second. So what I'm looking at on AVAX, I was putting it out yesterday, but it just ran. I was hoping that we'd have more time, but we don't. If it comes back into this area right here, I'm gonna go a little bit higher for y'all. Let's go to 4 hour. So yesterday, we said on a live that we had some bullish divergence that's starting to play out, right? So, okay, I'm gonna zoom in and then I'll zoom out for y'all. All right, so we broke this horizontal right here. This is in between the range of 1735 to 1710. If we come back into this zone right here, then you can look to start entering in portions. So like do 3, maybe 4 entries into this area to average it down on a pullback. Like Sheldon was saying, if you zoom out, you got the RSI, the stochastic at the top. So you want to see the stochastic come down and reset. On the 1 hour, it's almost at the top. So what I was looking at, the reason why the thing that started me entering in the trade was, looking to enter into the trade was, yesterday we broke 3 highs over here, right? And then we came over and we broke this 4 hour high. So that told me that we should start looking to get into this coin. So the ideal area, like I said, is this demand support area. So like if you go out to the daily right now, right, you see that this is the range that AVAX has to go back to if Bitcoin is actually going to do that as well. So, and I actually have TP right here on there as well, the TP box and the TP ray. All right. And then, so if it comes back down into this area, the middle of the box is ideal. You have a range. You'll probably want to be out. This is the 618 right here. So if you're on a leverage trade, about around 5, if you get deep into the box, you can go as high as 10. But this range right here is like 13%. So if you're on a 5x leverage, that's like 50 to 60% right there. Right. And then, like Sheldon said, if you pull the fib from top to bottom, you'll see what a 618 is. The 618 is around a 19 area. I like to be out before the 618 myself. So that's why I put my TP right here instead of up there. So that's just my view on AVAX. And
so Chris, can I ask a question then?
Yeah.
Your ideal entry number, you've given us quite a broad zone. So 17.2, is that sort of the ideal spot?
Yeah, 17.2 is the ideal area. But I this box right here, like I said, you want to you ever had a area that you tried to get into a trade and you're like, oh, it's not going to go lower, but it actually does. That's why I like to do my entries 25% at a time.
Okay, cool. And we can see your stop there now. Okay, so the stop's at 17.09. Your entry is 17.195. Okay, awesome, Chris. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Fefe, what do you got for
Yeah.
us, bro?
Yeah, let's go. I just dropped it some. I'm already at the competition, guys. I'm already like, I'm already trying to figure out what to do and how to do it. So I have 2 coins that I would share. My overall view, just it's important to add here, is that I'm not basically what everything Sheldon said is just what it is. I am not confident what's going to happen now. If we shoot through, all will shoot through. If we don't shoot through, we can have a massive dump. So I'm a little bit cautious taking longs here. So that's why I'm looking at lower time frame confirmations, so rather like 15-minute and even 5-minute. I just want to keep my stop loss very tight, like 1%, 2% max, but still want to have the opportunity to get these moves. So I have one coin. I think we talked about GMT. I just didn't remember who did it yesterday. Do you guys see my chart?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay.
One of the guests yesterday asked about GMT.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so this is I think this could be a very good trade because this looks very nice so far. We have a break of structure down here, and we have a bigger confirmation out here. What I'm trying to do with GMT is, we have a massive liquidity pool up here. So this can fly. You saw here and you saw here. This coin can massively fly when dumps like these happen, and it didn't really fly here. So consolidation, then distribution. I think what's going to happen now, if the market is going to stay bullish, is that I am waiting for a little bit of pullback. Either we have a very tiny pullback and Bitcoin moves on, and then everything else moves on as well. So what I'm looking at on GMT is either having a long these areas and then trying to keep my stop loss below these areas. So around 33, yeah, you can say 0.333 ish kind of, and then down my stop loss about around 32.92. But if I want to be very tight, I can also keep it below here, this 33.15. But I think that we're going to have a little bit bigger pullback, and I think this liquidity is probably going to be taken out if we get here. And because there is an order block here on the lower time frame that broke these highs, so I think this is actually my main level at GMT. This 0.328 would be my entry. And then I would target, again, like, you really have to monitor the trade, in my opinion. Don't just get in and leave it, because anything can happen these days. And either we're going to have big bang on longs, or we're going to go down and hopefully have banks on that. But my first target would be this 34.3, just to see whether this high can break. If that breaks, go to 35.6, whether this high. But I think this 35.6 is not a big resistance. I'm also going to look at short time frame reversal confirmations. So you got to see whether the market structure is breaking or not, or where we're going. But if I also try to pull a fib here, just to bring the same picture, I think this, yeah, I'm a little bit above here, right? So like, oh no, I was in there. Okay, cool. Exactly. So yeah, so this would be my main target, this 38. And then if we could get a little more push, this 39, but it's not worth the wait. It's just for drawing it here so I can see whether it worked out or not. So this GMT, and I also have.
So sorry, Fefe, just to confirm, your ideal entry there lower down, that 0.0, what was it, 0.03?
Yeah.
Where would your stop be? Can you just confirm like a stop area where you'd look to exit if we get that ideal entry there?
So I think my main idea here is to do something like this. Again, this is very, as I said, very tight stops. So this would be my ideal setup here, because if we break this, there was the wick. So this is the liquidity sweep, right? Or a raid here, bam. So taking out, but there is still some liquidity here. I think we're gonna come down here, touch up to this. There should be some kind of OB in here. So we're gonna probably touch down to this, and if we go lower, this would be my next entry, but the problem is all this liquidity down here.
Mm.
So that's why I'm not entering. This is also a good entry, actually. I just don't want to take the risk. So this 33 could also be a good. So replying to your question. So my long here would be 33.3. My stop loss would be around 33.2, let's say. And then my next would be 33.1, but I don't want to take this entry. So I'm not even going to put it up here because I don't think it's going to go that way. My next entry, my main entry that I'm really waiting for is 32.8. And then I would keep my stop around, well, this is a breaker. Yeah. I would try to keep my stop, I think. Yeah. Questionable,
1%
right?
not bad though. 1%
Yeah.
is not too bad. Unless you're trading 20x, then it's
Yeah. The problem also is that this, no, I would keep it here. Yes, this would be my stop loss, right? Yeah. So it would be around is 32.5. So entry about 32.8, stop loss 32.5. But again, like, it's very important that these are just areas to look for long. So this order is not in for me. It's not a limit order I put in here. It's rather I'm going to wait for a change of character, a price action change on lower time frames, and see what happens on these levels. But this would be my ideal place.
Awesome. What else do you have?
I have. This is another. Is this one? Let's see what we have here.
What's the story with these rockets, man?
Yeah, it's just cool. I just thought this is my entry. It's just I mark it as my entry levels, because from here we should skyrocket. That's my theory. I didn't do an entry for short, but I should do like a dumping something. Yeah, so here the same thing on MTL. I'm expecting we had a break of structure here on the 4 hour, which is pretty decent. And what I really like about this is that it bounced from a clear demand zone. So we have a very decent demand on the daily as well, on the 4 hour as well. So, and it came down, touched here, and showed markets like a change of character on the 4 hour, which is very bullish for me. Again, questionable what's going to happen, whether Bitcoin does what, but my first entry would be this 1.162. So these areas, then keep stop, again, very, very tight here. So the idea behind just also putting in some alpha here, the idea behind keeping my stop loss on the 15-minute here, this is the 15-minute low. So if we break this low, the chances are we're going to pull back. We will start a little pullback on the 1 hour, and that will result in us coming back to these areas. So that's why I'm not, because a lot of people can think, okay, maybe, why don't you get wigged out and all that? It can happen, but if we do break this low, that means we have a market like a change of character. And if that happens, then we're probably going to come down to this level or even lower. The reason, so this would be my first level, 16.25, with a stop around. You can keep it here if you want. Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, and these are very tight stops because you're looking at 15-minute candles. So
yeah,
I mean, you could go down to 1% and you'll still be below that low.
Yeah. If someone wants to do that, yeah. This should
on the leverage, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I just really want to focus on preserving capital. Because I think we're gonna blow. Sure. Some people are gonna blow accounts very fast, and I might be the one. If I see an opportunity, I'm just gonna go for it. But yeah, so this would be my entry. You can, Dylan says exactly. You can keep it down here. This should hold. We have a double break here, so we broke this high. We broke this high. This should be a solid place to keep your stop. And the next one, we might come down to these areas. So, but all what I want to say here is that, again, all this region on this chart, because it's very bullish in my opinion, is a good place for price to start returning. And because, again, the huge liquidity up here, I just think this should come to these levels at least. So my targets would be around, maybe this 187. Why is that a target? This is not a target. I don't know what that was. Oh yeah, because of this. Yeah, okay. It might be because of this this low here. It might be. I don't think that's gonna be that relevant, but this could be a target. 1.187 and then 1.2 And then if we could break these highs, which I don't know, then we could go up all the way to like this 29.7. Yeah,
Nice one.
this is what I'm looking at.
Sweet. Well, thanks, man.
Thank
The
you.
Rockets
See you
look
guys at
good.
the competition. See you guys at the competition.
Max.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Sick.
What are you
Cool,
looking
cool.
at,
Let me
man?
just share screen quickly. So I just want to start off by saying well done to the mods yesterday. I think we had Fefe, we had Mason, we had Chris and myself. We were all pretty bullish looking yesterday. And we were all claiming that there was going to be some sort of a push, and I think we all nailed it. My call yesterday was a stater trade. So we broke out and we pushed up really nicely. So I'm super happy. I'm still holding it. Yeah, I got a great entry. I've
Nice
also
one,
got
man.
spot entries over here as well on a longer term. I think spot entry on the theta on this big trend line. This is really, really nice. So I'm super chuffed with that. Trades I'm looking at now. So what I'm doing, and I agree with Fefe 100%. I think we're in slightly dodgy territory until proven super bullish, you know. So I'm playing at the moment, especially now with the competition coming up, I'm going to just play flag to flag, and I'll take profits every time we set a new leg up on a flag, and I'll play the breakout every single time that I can until we flip around and turn around. So I'm not going to take any chances. So what I'm looking at, let me just go from Bitcoin first, and I think Bitcoin is in a spot now where it is potentially going to just do a little bit of the sideways shuffle and consolidate or push down a bit. But what I'm doing is I'm looking at coins that are similar to Bitcoin. So we've got Bitcoin had this range and we broke out of the range, right? And we've pushed up. So I'm looking at coins that are similar to that haven't really had their push up yet. And the first one for me is ETH. So you can see ETH is only just broken out of its range. And what I would like to see now happen while Bitcoin pulls back and ETH sort of starts to consolidate as it forms a flag and hopefully comes all the way and tests onto the box, which is the support resistance, okay, an SR flip. And if we can touch the box, create a flag like that, that will be my entry, break a flag. So that's what I'm looking at for my first token. I think ETH looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
It hasn't rocketed yet. So yeah, that one, these trades are going to take a little bit of time. I think if you didn't get the breakouts yesterday, you're going to have to be a bit more patient and wait for some sort of signals to go.
Yeah, agree. There's a lot of green candles at the moment, and don't
Yeah.
get caught up in it. I mean, you could get
Exactly.
another 3% move.
Yeah.
But yeah, now's not the ideal time to be long. We need to wait for that pullback.
And the whole thing why we're cautious right now is because Bitcoin is at a point, if we go on a high time frame, we are at a point now where we could be turning. And if you look at it like this is how I'm sort of looking at the market. We've got a shoulder, we got a head, and we potentially got a right shoulder, and we're going to come down. So until we crack, like Sheldon says, through the 618 level, through the 786, and we start closing up here, you can still look for flags then on, and you can still play your longs. So there's no need to get like hasty and try and front run everything that's happening. Rather wait. That's why I'm playing flag to flag. Whenever I get a flag, I'm playing it, and then I'm pulling my money out as soon as I've made a little move, and I'm just capitalizing until the market chooses where it really wants to go. Okay, so ETH, I said, was the first one. So I'm waiting for a retest and hopefully a flag pattern like this. That's what I'm trying to wait for. That's my first play. Second one, I was looking at is Solana, but Sheldon already gave the overview for this one, so I'm not going to go over this, but it's just a break of trend and a retest, so we'll wait for that one as well. This one I already entered just now. I was hoping I could give it in the show, but this is exactly the scenario that I'm giving on ETH. So it's quite cool. So you can see here's the resistance zone. And then if we flip back to near, you can see there's the resistance zone. It created a flag, touched the resistance, and it's broken out. So that's exactly what I'm looking for on ETH. This one, we're too late now. It's gone already.
So are you in near? Are you trading?
I entered near on the break of this trend over here. Yeah,
man. What's your TP there? Just for those that are in near.
So I'll do like Sheldon's saying. I'll try go for 618 if possible. So I'll go for 2.19 if possible.
Nice one.
But yeah, my stop loss is going to be right under the low that it broke out from already. I don't want to lose any money. I think if we're going backwards, we're going backwards. And then I had a really cool chart set up, but this also rocketed out while we were watching, and it was Coty.
No ways,
And
man.
I got an entry on this one, luckily, on this little retest over here. Let me just go down. But we've missed it, guys. We're gonna have to wait for another flag. But this was a really nice one.
Is this a competition long? Did we make it?
No, the competition I think only starts in about an hour or two, so it doesn't count.
The best entries, eh?
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
But
Well done.
same for this one. If we go on a higher time frame, I would use this one on a higher time frame, and I would wait for probably you could still get a retest in this zone potentially where I've got the box. Maybe let's just draw another box over here. You'll have to see. It'll start forming a flag as well, maybe up on that box on those horizontal levels up here. So I'd wait for a flag on the lower time frames to form. You can kind of see it already developing a bit of a flag. But I wouldn't enter anywhere up here. I think it might be a bit dodgy. So that's what I'm looking at.
Sweet, right? Can you do one more thing, please? Can you
Yeah.
open this render chart? I see there's some comments on render. Like we know it's hitting a big resistance area.
Yeah, renders back at the top.
Okay. So yeah, look.
Look,
There's some big
we had
resistance here.
Mason telling us yesterday. Remember, he said when there's too many touches on the one side, it usually breaks the wall. So he said, don't short this, rather wait for the break and then you play a short. So in other words, this could be breaking out kind of soon. But I think it's also just waiting for Bitcoin now to decide. But yeah, it's quite crazy.
Well, we must get Mason on tomorrow.
Yeah.
And he must take us through some of these.
Yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Go back to your Cody chart.
Hote.
Go to 4 hour and then go to like make it bigger. I want everybody to see this. Look at that volume spike at the bottom. That's the retest that you want to buy. Go to the 15-minute too. When it comes back down, you see that big old volume spike. That's the retest that you want to buy. When you see volume spikes like that.
So where would you try and get this, Chris?
Your breakout. Yeah, when they retest the area.
In this box or the low box?
Okay,
well, let's just assume this is the high. So what you would do is you draw your fib, and then there we go. Anywhere from 618 to 786. Yeah, that's it. So let's get rid of this low box now. It's gone. There we go. Okay, so those are my trades.
Nice, bro.
Just remember with
you.
Coty is you got huge range because it's a small coin. So if you had to enter at the top there, yeah, you got like a 2% stop loss just to the bottom of your box. So it's quite hectic. No leverage or very, very little leverage on this one.
Or average into the trade, like
Or average in, yeah.
maybe 4 entries.
Yeah. And that's me, bro.
Cool, man. Guys, I've just got one more I want to show. There was a couple of questions about it. This injective or INJ. So I've been trading this thing on a 1 hour. But like you've seen other guys chatting about, we're seeing a lot of these flags forming on these alts. Can you see my screen, guy?
Yeah, we see you.
So yeah, we've got a lot of these flags forming. So look out for these on the alts. You know, we like we were saying, we can get a pullback anytime, but the best way to do it is to track these flag setups. Just to give you a feel for what's happening. We saw it also in ETH earlier. Let me just show you this ETH one. It was, let me just get the right chart here. There, so we had this forming here on ETH earlier today. So the minute you start picking up these flag setups, just fill it in, draw it in, and start tracking. You know, and that can give you entries for shorts, for longs, if you want to play this little game, you know. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. And then just to close on this INJ, this flag is now broken up. So ideally we wanted to try and grab this retest down here. With a stop, I would have put it probably tightest one you could look at would have been here at about 8.16, but the ideal stop is, you know, a loss of that area. So 7.96. So if you are long INJ, you could probably let this thing go all the way down to 7.95 before you want to look to cut. But remember, once it breaks down, we got a big area down here. So it could bleed out then properly. So just keep an eye on that, guys. And that's it, man. Guys, is there anything you guys want to add? Jackie? Hopefully we've given you guys
I think
enough
we're good,
stuff
Dylan.
to work with.
You guys covered a lot of charts, so I think let's get any final thoughts, and then we can end it off there.
Bill, guys are asking on your TP on INJ.
Let me have a look quickly. So let me just reshare my screen. And Errol says he has a quick question if you want to just see what that one is, Jackie.
Sure. Guess one question won't hurt. Let's bring it up on stage.
So just this is the INJ daily. I'm pulling this fib exactly the way Sheldon has shown us.
There you go.
Look at that. Okay, so this is very interesting, guys. It's rejected at this fib as expected. So just be aware of that. We've got a trend coming here. So now remember on the shorter time frame, it's broken out on that flag, but it's fighting this fib now. If we get through this fib, we want to look at a break and we want to see it create support here and then push up. So if you got a decent entry on INJ, I wouldn't exit till 10, maybe just under 10 is sort of the first area I would look to take something off the table there. Errol?
Yes. Hey, how are you guys?
Hey, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. Just a quick question. If we got in at a good point this morning when it just broke out, and let's say our profits are already doing really well, I'm just curious, is it worth taking out our profits now in case it does drop? Or is it better to just hang on and wait till it gets to that 6.18?
So, I mean, everyone's got a different way they do things. They look at like a percent that they want to take, or they'll look at the chart and look at areas and levels. So just something I do personally is I'll start looking for horizontal areas. I'll try and tie that into, you know, some fibs. If I'm feeling bullish, I tie it into the 382 fib. And then I'll look for exits like under those areas. Okay. So, you know, if I'm feeling like I've made enough profit here, I won't close the whole trade. I'll take like a percent off, like 25% or 50%, and then just put a stop under an area that you know is going to react, like a 382 tied in with some horizontals, you know, and then it can easily come down, retest that, and then you don't have to panic, and you know you're covered and you're still in profit if it goes below. But I mean, often you'll find if the market's looking bullish, these things will pull back to a 382 and then they'll rip again, and then you're going to kick your stop.
Yeah, true. So can I ask, like, just your perspective on this idea? Like, let's say for Solana, for example, I got out just as it broke. I got in just as it broke this morning, and it's done well so far. So let's say I took a gamble and I took my profits out now, and then I retested where it broke out this morning. Then I put it all back in. Is that a pretty high gamble?
Look, we all have the view that we're going to get a pullback. So you know, we think a bullish pullback's up to the 382 fib. So if you feel like this is a good area, you know, take something off the table. If you feel the need, if you feel like you've made enough money here, there's no harm in taking profits, man. You know, worst case, you just drop your stop at entry, then after that too. But yeah, I mean, I'd look for entries like Chris was saying, like Max and Fefe was saying, we're looking for these pullback entries. So,
Okay.
you know, yeah.
Okay, that's all. Thank you, guys.
Okay, guys.
No problem.
Dylan, can I add something in here?
Yeah, please.
Just wanted to reflect also what Max said is that I know it's extremely tempting, especially competition coming up, to jump right in and take along and like just do that. And it's very, very important. Trading is also waiting, just waiting. You got to wait for the right setups. So do not jump in now with whatever you have, because market started going and you're going to miss it and whatnot. So it's just very important to wait out the perfect time. So don't jump in because you're FOMOing. Jump in because it makes sense for you to jump in, because whatever, the RSI is there, the trend line is there, the this and that and that. So it's very important for us not to start panicking and getting into trades, because that's exactly how we get wrecked. And also about taking profits, I actually longed on yesterday's session. I told you guys with Mason we were long on Bitcoin. I took 75% off. It's just because it's enough. Like I'm up 60% on that, and I might be up 120% if I don't take it off. But I'm sleeping much better, taking profit off the table, and just being very grateful for this run. And then there will always be an extra. As Mama Sniper always said it in the sessions or the events, that there's always gonna be another trade. Don't start rushing in.
100%. Thanks, guys. I think we need to call it here. Hopefully we've given everybody what they need. We're going to be on again tomorrow, and yeah, do it all over again. The competition's going to be on, so yeah, let's look for some great entries tomorrow.
A shot, Dill. Cheers, guys. I'm out of here.
Boys.
All right, y'all.
Take care, guys.
Later.
Good luck on the competition.
Yeah, good luck, everyone. Hopefully we're going to get these trades together.
It's 50 minutes to go, guys. 50 minutes to go. See you guys.
Okay, I'm out. Cheers, everybody.